want to just say that I really do appreciate people who make helpful comments, and how that can be very beneficial to all of us. I think many of us in the homesteading community that are committed to this know that we don't know everything. And if you think you know everything, Dean Family Acres. Hey guys, so we're starting a little bit different location today. We're actually going to be inside because we actually had chicks last week. I didn't get around to showing them, so I'm going to show you all those. Then we're going to go out. We had a request to see our irises. And then lastly, we had a little bit of I told you so. And we're hoping that we can get that fixed. Alright y'all, so here are our baby chicks. And we have had basically black and lavender chicks for the last 3 years. And we're wondering who the milkman is that got in and gave us this chick. And you can see when it first came out, we thought it was going to be white, but look at it now. It definitely is going to have some color to it. So we have 7 total of those. Alright guys, so now we're going to head on outside and see if we can't let you guys see a couple of these irises that we've got, and we'll kind of go from there. Alright guys, so we've got some yellow that are blooming now. We've got several other that are on their way getting here. These are Indian Chief. All of these through here. More Indian Chief. I have the names of these blue and white ones somewhere. Just have to go dig for it. Same with the cream. And the weather has not been kind to us with irises, that is for sure. And then these are kind of an orange color. These are pretty cool. And I think it's always neat that plants have a story, and these actually were given to us that it was a former co-worker and a good friend of ours, and these were her mother's. And we did not clear it out as well as we should, so they are living in grass, but they are blooming well. And I know they're very thankful that these are out and about elsewhere other than in North Carolina. Alright guys, then we're going to walk over this way. I've got a couple more that are blooming, and I love to hear exactly what's blooming at y'all's place. I know this time of year we've got all kinds of stuff. Sometimes I wish everything was blooming and the same time, but then other times I'm very thankful that they're not, because that way we get to enjoy them for a longer amount of time. So let me get you spun around, and I'll go ahead and say these are my absolute favorite type of irises. I don't know where I know I ordered them, but I don't know the name of them, and the camera just doesn't capture it. It's amazing what these look like. So these are actually, it's so hard to be able to tell what color they are, but they're really almost a khaki cream, but they have a green tint to them. And again, we've had some bad weather, so it's been kind of hard with these. We've had these peach ones. These are probably the tallest ones we have every year. I mean, they're almost up to chest high. A couple different purples here, smaller purple, and then some more yellow. This here is the Japanese maple that we planted. Also think, again, just the coloring. It's absolutely amazing what we've got. Alright guys, and next I'm going to kind of show you, we had someone make a comment on one of our posts that we shared, and I want to just say that I really do appreciate people who make helpful comments, and how that can be very beneficial to all of us. I think many of us in the homesteading community that are committed to this know that we don't know everything. And if you think you know everything, then you're probably going to get isolated pretty quick in regards to that. But we had someone actually make a comment on when we were planting our blackberries and kind of highlighting it. And they actually told us that they had tried this landscape fabric and tried to use it. And it worked pretty good for about the first year. And that second year, when those primocanes started coming up, the primocanes couldn't find anywhere to go. So what we have done is we have actually had to modify and learn that this landscape fabric doesn't necessarily work for everything. And honestly, it can work, but we're gonna have to open our area up. And this guy had, I forget how many blackberries, he actually had a commercial operation. And he had just learned, listen, it doesn't work, you have to modify it. So I'm gonna turn you guys around. I want you to be able to see exactly what we have done to modify and what we found out. All right guys, so hopefully y'all can see this, and we'll get zoomed in here in just a second. But we actually had to open up our fabric some. We did not have enough space for our primocanes to be coming up, and they were getting hidden under the fabric. So as you can see, this was hidden underneath the fabric, and we could kind of see it bulging up. And we were kind of warned about that and really didn't even think about it before. Hopefully that one will recover. There's an even better example over here on this other side. You can see here there were actually two trying to come up on this one. And we have also noticed that we have blackberries coming up here, which is all the way from where you see that water line there to here, popping up. The only downside about that is I'm not sure what type that is. So we will have to kind of trace back and see if we can see where those roots go, so we know what variety it is, because we do have a couple different varieties down here on this end that we're planning to kind of transport over to the next row, which could make things interesting. Now that I think about it, in the distance I was thinking about putting these apart. So again, the fact of the day is there's always opportunities to learn. If you're not learning, again, you're just going to isolate yourself. So don't do that. Learn from other people, share with others, become part of a community, and continue to seek out those opportunities. Appreciate you guys watching today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this Thursday piece of the pie, as I like to say, as you get to enjoy a piece of Dean Family Acres. Hopefully each and every one of y'all are doing well, and maybe next week we'll check on the other muscadines. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, if you hadn't already, ring that bell like Mike Tyson did in the 1980s. Y'all have a blessed day. Guys, we will come back and put some mulch where we actually cleared back that landscape fabric, because the purpose of that is for us to not have to weed nearly as much. You'll also notice some of these other ones, we have not done them yet. We will do those in the near future, but those ones that we're really shooting for with those primocanes, we needed to do it now. And I just want to let y'all see exactly how plants from the sale went. And if you didn't see that video on Sunday, definitely go back and watch it. These are Prime Arc Freedom.